Hi there, welcome to Contact Jam Training. My name's Martin Salter, and in this video we're going to talk about personalization, actually using one of the features that Contact Jam comes as with standard that you can use very simply in order to personalize your message to your readers. Now, if you watched the quick start video guides, you'd have seen us use personalization with first name. I'm going to include that as well, but some people, for example, might want to make things a little bit more formal in the way that they communicate with their readers and subscribers and customers. So they might want to actually have their last name as well within an email. And if you want to do that, you can. And again, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you two things. First of all is setting up a custom field. And secondly is then using that in a personalization message. So all you need to do is first of all go to lists to find the list that you want to add something to. It doesn't matter which. Choose the list and then just select custom fields. Now we set one up, as I said in an earlier video. If you watched the quick start series, we did first name. So let's do another one. Let's create a new custom field and let's call it last name. There's a single line. There's no default value. We don't have to make it mandatory. Now I actually want to make this available across all my lists. Now remember, if you choose this, you can't change it later. But the reason why I want to do that is because otherwise, if I start creating more lists through time, I don't want to have to keep creating another custom field all the time for something that I might use on a regular basis. So I've chosen in this case to make it available across all my lists, and I create the custom field. And that's it, I'm done. I've got the custom field ready to use. So now if I want to use first and last name in a letter that's something a bit more formal, we can do that. So let's stay within this list. We'll go to autoresponder and we'll actually create a new message from scratch. So we want to create a new autoresponder message. These are ones we've just used previously in other trainings. So we're going to create one from new and we're just going to name what we're going to call it. So we can say, okay, this will obviously be relevant to whatever it is you're sending. Name the autoresponder so you know what it's relevant to. I'm going to call it thank you message for joining our program. I'm going to trigger it on subscription and I'm going to send it days later. So rather than actually sending it the day they sign up, I want to send it to them 3 days later, for example. So 3 days after they first joined my list, I'm going to send them this message. I'm going to create the autoresponder and edit email. You could use this for campaign emails as well. So if you were sending out a broadcast to your entire list, you could do it the same way here and include personalization. So let's go ahead and do one from scratch. So what I've done in this video is I'm creating a fictitious company and details just to give you something different. So we hit next. Obviously it'd be your information would be in here that was appropriate. We're going to have an HTML, so we're going to put in our subject line here, and then we're going to put in our content here. Okay, so in this case, it says you're not alone. I now want to put their first and last name. So, personalized content, his first name, and then a space, and then the last name. And then dear, first name, last name. So now when someone signs up to our site, and as long as we've captured this information, don't forget it's also therefore relevant that when you give an email sign up form to somebody, you want to make sure that you allow for them to put in their first and last name. You could even make it conditional if you wanted to. In our case, we didn't, because even if they only put their first name on the email, we could still say, dear Sam, dear whatever. It's up to them. They've chosen to be addressed that way, so it would be perfectly fine. But here we're allowing for it to be a bit more formal, and by using customer fields and the personalization options inside Contact Jam, we've now created a nice email that's a bit more formal and allows us to address the person how we wanted. And that's it. All you need to do is save, and then when a message goes out to this person, each time it will use these personalization fields to address the person in the way that you want. And that's it. Created a custom field. Go ahead and hit next. We've created the email. This we could now test and send out. Obviously, in my case, if I test it at the moment, because I've not been capturing the second name, it would only still address me on my first name. But you get the idea. It will include that information if it's relevant. And just to show you that process quickly, what I did was I've just put an email address. It says a preview's been sent. So let's go ahead. And if we go to it, it says it's from FPA America, Mr. Davies. It's got his address. And here it says I used a test driver. I used as my name, and that's my first name. I just put it all as one name as a test. So it doesn't include a surname either in the actual email subject headline or within the email itself, because it's looking and it sees I don't have a surname or a last name included in my opt-in box when I signed up, so it's just addressing me by my first name, which is fantastic. It doesn't then have that horrible personalization percentage last name in here field. It just removes it for you, so it only puts it there if it can find the relevant information. That way, if people don't include it when they're signing up, it won't matter. And that's it. That's how you use custom fields and personalization within your emails. Thanks for watching.